Hi there! Today we're going to make some blueberry muffins that are dairy free. So to begin, make sure you put your oven on to preheat at 200 degrees Celsius. We're going to have a combination of blueberries fresh, blueberries frozen. Okay, so we'll be using a muffin tray and we'll be using the paper cups that are made for muffins, obviously. Okay, so pop your muffin paper cups into the muffin tray. Okay, so to replace eggs, we have ground golden flax seeds. I actually got this from healthysupplies.co.uk. I've ordered a whole bunch of stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to use it in some videos so that I can tell you all about the different benefits of different things. This is actually going to be used to replace the eggs in today's muffins. Okay, so for every egg that you have in your recipe, you can take ground golden flaxseed. So if you have 2 eggs, for example, you would take 2 tablespoons of this and 6 tablespoons of water. But for 1 egg, it would just be 1 tablespoon of the ground flaxseed and 3 tablespoons of water. If you just put it in a bowl and then just give it a stir and leave it sitting while you're getting the rest of your ingredients organised. So for this recipe, we need 2 flax eggs. So I'm just taking 2 tablespoons, you can see, 2 tablespoons of the ground golden flaxseed, and pop that in the bowl. Taking 3 tablespoons of water for each tablespoon of flax, so that'll be 6 tablespoons. 1, 2 and 6. Perfect. Once you've put your mixture together of the flax, just give it a quick stir. And you want to set it at the side for a wee while, so I would just leave it for 10 minutes. Okay, so obviously the other thing that you're going to need to replace is milk. So we'll take almond milk and we'll take apple cider vinegar. 1 cup of almond milk for this recipe, and then you take 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, which I also got from healthysupplies.co.uk, and then you whisk it together. I've got an electric whisk, but it doesn't necessarily have to be an electric whisk, and then you need to let that sit for 10 minutes. Okay, so to replace the milk, we're going to make almond milk buttermilk, is what we call it. Basically, to give that a wee shake, the almond milk. Perfect. Pop 1 cup of almond milk into a bowl. So I've got my measure here. There's 1 cup. We're going to take 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. This is organic, raw and unfiltered apple cider vinegar that I'm using. Now, once you've got your apple cider vinegar and your almond milk, then take your whisk, and you're going to want to whisk it. Pop your whisk in and just give it a whisk. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see properly, but it goes kind of like what egg whites do. I'm just going to pop all this stuff off to the side now. And this has to be left for at least 10 minutes. So you should probably just do that after you preheat the oven so that you've got plenty of time for it to sit while you're preparing the rest of your ingredients. For the topping, we want some sugar and some lemon zest. So I would say 1/3 of a cup of sugar to do. Just take your time pouring it out into your cup measurer, bowl, and then pop that to the side for a moment. I'm going to take the zest of a lemon, and to get that you just grate with a small grater. Just pop that to the side for the moment, and it always ends up stuck to the inside, so I always drag my fingers down just to make sure that I get all the lemon out. So there we are, we've got our lemon zest here, as you can see. All you have to do is take your bowl, pop it in with your sugar, and I'm actually going to take some coconut as well. So I've got my desiccated coconut here. I'll just pop some of that in there too. Quite dry, so just a tiny bit. Okay, so mix it all together now. Just stir it. Make sure it's all stirred it. You'll see that it's all kind of mixed together nicely. Okay, so now we're going to take 1 cup of frozen blueberries. Mine have actually thawed out a bit, so hopefully it still works the same. You can see. And pop that in a saucepan. Now take 1 tablespoon of sugar and pop it in your saucepan as well. You don't have to take this, but I like to do it. I'm taking just a kind of heaped tablespoon of blueberry preserve. So cook this in a medium heat on the hob and mash the berries as you go. I'm going to be whisking our flour, baking powder and salt together in a large bowl. So next take 2.5 cups of self-raising flour. Okay, so pop 1 thing of baking powder. Almost 2 teaspoons, but probably more like 1 3/4. That's both in my sieve. I'll just sieve this through before doing anything else. Now guys, don't be afraid of cooking stuff that's dairy free. For a while I was like that. I kind of thought, every time I looked at the ingredients in a recipe, I thought, oh my goodness, it's going to be so difficult to get all that stuff when you've got things like flax seeds and apple cider vinegar. But it's the same as baking normal cakes. It's just different ingredients, so it's kind of the same thing. Like once you have all the stuff, like once you've got flour and you've got flax seeds and everything, you kind of can use it and it kind of transcends into loads of different recipes. It's kind of initially getting all the stuff, the same as baking. So yeah, don't be frightened of it. Pour some salt into my wee teaspoon thing, and oops, that's exactly why I didn't do it over the bowl. I've overflowed it a wee bit, and then I'll just pop it in there with that. Oh, by the way, I've just taken, let's move this out of the way. I've just taken our blueberries that were on a medium heat for the last 15 minutes or so. So they kind of start to go a bit like a wee liquid. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe use my wee teaspoon to show you the consistency. So it's still lumpy obviously because it's got blueberries in it, but it's sort of like baking jam. Although you're not waiting and it's setting. Okay, so we're going to need 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Measure this because you don't know how far down it's going to melt, but usually I'll measure it roughly and I'll guess how much it will melt, and if it comes out of the microwave it will hopefully be completely runny. Now this is my flax eggs as well. Look at how solid they've went quite solid. So while that is in the microwave, the coconut oil, I'm just going to take 1/3 cup, measure out 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Okay, so this is our coconut oil ready as well. So I'm going to get a medium bowl. Now we want to mix a lot of stuff together now. So we've got 1/3 cup of rapeseed oil. I'm just going to repeat this so that you see everything going in. And then we've got our coconut oil melted in here. And as I said, we'll want to just double check that is right. So we want 1/4 cup. Pop that in here as well. As you can see, that goes just totally like liquid. I'm also going to add my flax eggs in to the same medium-sized bowl. As you can see, look at the consistency of them now. 1 cup and 1/8 cup of sugar. So just fill it with sugar to the top. Pour that in with your oils and your flax eggs. Roughly 1/8 cup, so just a very small amount it would be, and pop that in. We're going to need our whisk again now, and if I pop this in here and just start whisking, oh geez, this is rather messy. It's going kind of gloopy. That's the consistency you're looking for. Now you need to get your almond buttermilk that we used. Remember I said we had our kind of milk replacement it in a little bit at a time. I find it very difficult not to soak myself using a big enough bowl. Yeah, it's going from being that really gloopy way to being a lot more liquidy. I've got some vanilla extract and I'm going to add, just adding that in, and then you can whisk that in as well. Love the smell of vanilla too. It's Smells so good. My husband loves vanilla. Add some desiccated coconut into the fluidy mixture. Just not a huge amount. I don't want to have too much in it because there's quite a lot going on with the lemon and the blueberries, but we've already got the coconut oil in it, so it's nice to have the kind of coconutty texture. Since we're about to just mix everything together in the middle of my flour, and I'm going to start folding in this liquid bit by bit. I'm using a wooden spoon, so I want a half a cup of blueberries. I've not folded all this in yet, but I'll just add everything in gradually. So I'm just pouring in half a cup into here. Don't mind if there's a few go haywire. Liquid, and we'll just keep going. As you can see, it's getting a bit more doughy. So I'll maybe add in our other half a cup of frozen blueberries now. Here's my frozen blueberries. Just pop half a cup in here. Now my frozen blueberries are actually quite big blueberries. Then mix this together again. As I add more, the mixture is just going to become more and more liquid. Smells very nice now. Smells good. Must be a good sign. There you go. Nice gloopy texture. If you can see in the bowl. Full of blueberries. It looks so good. So that's all folded in now. Okay, so next we want to take a spoon and spoon the mixture into the cases here. Just move my wooden spoon a wee bit out the road. And I'll just evenly distribute them and then come back to each case. Oops, I'm so messy. Sorry, so messy. It's like doing baking cakes split order. And voila. And as you can see, we've got our muffins in the cases. We now are going to take our berry mixture that we made up on the oven, put a little bit in each cake, put it in the middle, and then try to just swirl it around a wee bit in the batter. So as you can see, we've just mixed in our jam type mixture on the top. So the last thing we want to do, we made our lemon sugar with our desiccated coconut in it earlier on, with the lemon zest as well. We just want to drizzle this over the top of each cake. Cook them for between 17 to 19 minutes. Remember, and turn your muffins in the middle of your cooking time so that they cook evenly. Here we go, I'll pop them in the oven. So once they're finished cooking, you're going to want to leave them in the tray for about 5 minutes just to slightly cool, and then you're going to take them off the tray and pop them in this wire tray, or if you've got a better wire tray, this isn't really a wire tray, this has just got the gaps underneath, and then set them on there to cool even further. So they only really require 10 minutes cooling time until they're ready to eat. Here is our dairy-free loaded blueberry and coconut muffins. If anyone has any questions about the muffins, feel free to send a question or a message or whatever, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Our muffins look amazing. We are so excited about them, so we can't wait to taste them. If you make them yourself, please send us pictures on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. We're so excited to see what you guys do with them. Obviously you can change some of the stuff around. We've used blueberries and we've used coconut and vanilla, but obviously you can use the same kind of theory with blueberries but use different flavours or whatever you think. If you have anything that you try that you think tastes amazing as well, then let us know. We would love to see. I'll have to keep one of these for Alice, she's not here today. I'm really looking forward to doing more baking for the beauty brief, and all the options that I'll probably do will be dairy free. Alice will probably do more traditional baking. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook, etc. Thank you very much for watching.